my nightmare.
All right, what's up, everybody? It's the Man of Horror and my co-host, the lovely, amazing Bree, the Scream
Bree.
Queen. Hey, the Scream Queen. um, so like
Oh,
at the end of the last episode, I let you guys know that tonight we will be reviewing and going over Maxine. I'm hype. I, s- First off, I'll say we also sharing our top five slashers. But to hop back into the Maxine thing, I meant to ask you: have you seen
mm,
the other two, X and Pearl?
no.
Okay, so yeah, you'll have to watch those. It's so Maxine is the end of a trilogy, but that kind of leads into my point of what I was gonna say. My biggest issue with it is it doesn't feel like the ending of a trilogy. Like if you watch the other two movies, this is not
I
this
wouldn't have
is
known.
the ending. Yeah, I mean it's if it was just a standalone film, love it. It's the ending of a trilogy of films, and it's like almost like they didn't need to do it. And
Mm.
like not really much to do with the other two in that sense. Only thing is, it's like a character that survived from one of the other movies, so it's just like, oh, this is her. Like I don't know. I didn't anyway.
I'm
So
dead.
yes, we are reviewing Maxine and doing our top five slashers. Did you want to do the list first or
Yeah, we can do the
review?
list first. We can do
Okay,
the
all
list
right,
first.
cool. Yeah, so this one we gonna have to break down like after this, cause shit, I was like, God damn it, it's so
I
many, and it was
mean,
like,
slasher films, just, it's just like you said, it's just so fucking many. And it's a lot of good
yeah,
ones. It's a lot of
a
really
lot of
good ones.
classics.
And then there's
So
like
it's like,
tens and twelves of one franchise. So, like,
yeah, um, oh yeah, I'll let you go ahead and start it off with your fifth place.
Halloween, the first one.
Okay,
I
okay,
feel like all the
classic shit.
original movies is like what drew me into the whole slasher film in the first place. So
Yeah,
yeah, Halloween, the first one.
I rewatched that a few months ago, and I was just like, damn, like this is really horror. Like I could imagine like I remember it scaring the shit out of me as a kid, but I'm just like older,
Mm-hmm.
just looking at some of the choices they made. I'm like, yeah, that's fucking creepy. Yeah, yeah, classic shit. Um, okay, my fifth place. I tried to like get a little recent. Terrifier 2. I fucking love Art the Clown, and there's like no real reason why these movies exist other than blood, and
I
I fuck with
watched
it. The second movie
so
made
many.
me lose my shit. I was like,
I'm like, he's
why
just
is he
gutting
doing
people,
this?
bro. He's just gutting
And he
people.
has fun. And what he did to the one girl in her bedroom, he's like ripping off skin and pouring the salt and fucking just all kind of shit. He was like, he has fun with what he does, and that's why it's like it's sick as
Scary.
shit. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, but like scary and fucking nuts. The guy who plays him said that because they're done with it now. But when they were filming the third one that's about to come out next month, um, they did one of the worst scenes he's done in the series. Like he almost threw up. Like he was like, "This is like," and it's like seeing the other two. I'm like, "Damn, what the fuck did they have you do?"
How much more outrageous can you be?
Please tell me. Okay, fourth place.
Freddy, the first one. That gave me nightmares.
Yeah,
Like,
that shit's actually still terrifying too. Like that's still pretty scary.
like, can we really die in our sleep? Like, cause we young when we see all of this, and it just like frightens. It just
Mhm.
can't go to sleep.
Mhm.
That's
And
the
it
whole
make you
premise
think
of
about
horror.
nightmares, like the fact that you have those, and it's like, oh
Hmm.
shit,
And
are
how
these real
scary
now?
some, yeah, like they might not be Freddy scary or anything, but we've all had those
Hmm.
nightmares. We wake up like, okay, hold on,
Shit, I've had
what's
some of
up?
them too. That's because I watch too much of this shit.
Probably my subconscious be fooling on me sometimes. I end up in the true crime doc
Man,
in some of my dreams. Like, hold on, how I'm the victim.
oh dog. Okay, I see that. Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street is definitely still it's still scary. Like
And it's funny
actively,
that
like
people black. people don't call it Nightmare on Elm Street. We just
Oh yeah, everybody
like
call it
Freddy.
Freddy. I saw it was like this TikTok. It was like POV me sitting here thinking about how black people don't call scary movies the name of the movies. They call them what it's based on, like The Killer. And I was like, damn, yeah.
Scream the only
Motherfuckers be
one.
like, oh, let's watch Jason. None of them is specifically called Jason. Maybe the closest is Freddy versus Jason, but they all say Friday the 13th, and then Jason something, Jason Lives, or like, motherfuckers be like, oh, let's watch Jason. Nigga, there is 14 Jason movies. Which one? I'm trying to watch Michael Myers. There's 12. Which
Which one?
Which
That's why I
which
was
Halloween
like,
are you trying to watch?
Halloween, okay. That
Like,
one I'll always call Halloween, but like Halloween time. Halloween.
Yeah.
Like
That's the first film I think about. Okay, so sticking with classic territory now. My fourth place is Candyman.
okay. Okay. It was on our
That
list last
fucking
week.
Hook.
It was
Yeah. He's on a lot of lists. I can't
he has to
hold
be.
you
I
up.
feel like he
Candyman
has
is in
to
a
be.
lot of top fives. Yeah, and the fucking Hook.
It was
Yeah,
the bees
definitely the
covering his body
bees.
for me. Like even right now, I'm just like, ugh.
But like the slasher aspect of it,
Stop it.
I think the Hook when he would stab and like grunt almost, it's like it was so effective. Like, bro, I need you to to not. Oh, I forgot to turn on my fucking heart.
And now a commercial break.
Right. No, see, I have my studio light to let people know I'm recording, so they'll just come in and shit. And I forgot to turn it on. And I heard my roomie talking about, oh shit, let me hurry up, turn on this light before she walk in this bitch. So, all right.
Come on, Ray.
Yeah, Candyman. All right. Third place.
Saw the first one.
Okay. I don't know. I don't. Go ahead.
I don't know. Technically, I don't know if it is or isn't. Whatever.
Yeah,
But
I
we're
don't know
gonna
what
put
else
it
you
on the
would call
list.
it though. Yeah, I don't know what else you would call a Saw series because motherfuckers get cut. It's just not a specific person doing the cutting. They're just in traps. So like there needs to be a new genre or something itself because then it's kind of like escape
I
room.
mean, I know
Like,
one of the definitions of like slasher movies is when there's a killer that's hunting like a group of people and killing.
yeah,
So in a sense, that's what
specifically
he does.
slashing them.
He goes out and grabs them all up purposely, whether
Yeah.
they know each other or not. They're a group now, but it is one today. He was just kidnapping people and torturing them to their death.
Yeah.
It's like, let's
So
play a
maybe
game.
torture porn, more in the torture porn area.
Torture horror, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
oh well, yeah.
like,
the nickname is torture porn, but yes.
yeah. He said, "I'm gonna kidnap you, and you gonna get fucked up one way or another."
Because I mean, I was thinking about Hostel, but I would consider Hostel a slasher quicker than Saw. It was like actually fucking people doing this shit. I don't know, but you know what? What I was gonna say was, people love the first one, and I'm like, I didn't care. Like,
really?
I saw the first one, I was like, okay, cool. I liked the idea, and it was interesting, but I don't think Saw got good for me for real until like I liked the second one. I did like the second one, but the third one is when I was like, all right, okay. There's something going on. And then
The first one is
like,
it for me is because when they go back and tie the first one back into everything with the doctor and it's just that.
Yeah.
Until it got weird and with Spiral, but that's another story.
Movie should not exist. Okay. My third place. Sorry, Chris Rock. I get you try to do something different, but that wasn't. Third place. Child's Play 2.
Okay.
That's my favorite Chucky. I think that's still classic scary. Like, I love the first one, but Child's Play 2, I think, is when Chucky really got his groove, I guess, if that makes sense. And Andy was kind of like fighting back. In the first one, he was just like this gullible ass kid who was like kind of listening to the doll, but he was like trying to fight the whole time and not giving a fuck if anybody believed him or not. He like,
fuck this doll.
I don't really care. I said this doll is alive. Fuck what y'all talking about. Like, so it was. I think it represents the whole story of Chucky the best. Child's Play
Okay.
for me.
Okay.
And he was just funny as fuck. How the fuck you kill a teacher with a ruler? He killed that.
I don't
Like,
know, but they made him hilarious in that one and Scarlet Pleasure. Those two, he was probably at his peak funniest.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh,
I can see that. Okay, second place.
Texas Chainsaw 2003 with Jessica Biel. You know,
Love it.
That's the one for me. Okay, like the 74.
I love it.
It's too.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's scary, but it doesn't do
It's
it.
very
like
gritty looking, maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's too spoofy. I'm not spoofy, but like I don't know. But yeah, the one in 2003. Oh yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I love it. That's my shit too.
That was it.
It was so. I remember watching that and just being like, "Ooh," but I don't ever want to go in a small town.
I never want to be on the outskirts. Nowhere in the middle of nowhere.
Especially not Texas, bitch. Shit. Oh no.
I remember driving to Texas to see my family on like a road trip thing with my family in the van, and I'm like,
yeah,
something will happen. Because I'm just a kid. I'm just a girl.
Right.
But like goofy as hell, like damn, we just out here in the middle of nowhere driving down these streets and it ain't shit but corn.
That southern shit is not, let me tell you, for real.
Wheat or whatever the fuck they grow down there.
My great grandma, she stayed in Pittsburgh and like had a big her house is pretty big and she had a big yard, but it led into like almost like a forest. That shit used to look creepy as fuck at night. It was like she was the type to keep the door open. She liked to keep her back door open, our kitchen door, however. I'm like, girl, close that. Ooh, I just close it, and it's like this long ass hallway from the front door. So you walk in and you just see that bitch open. I'm just like,
no. That is a scary movie moment.
These whole ass fucking woods. You got the whole fucking woods behind your house, and you just go have the door just chilling.
Grandma tripping.
No.
Auntie Grandma was tripping.
Okay. My second place you mentioned, I think it was your fifth. Halloween. Yeah. Classic. Like I said, I watched it recently, and it was like, it can actually be scary in the right setting. You watching it in the dark, like late night. It's like, I'm looking at my window and shit. Like, it still hits the cue. I think it's like a mix of like the music, like that score. Just like showing the perspective of him, like being outside of windows and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was on edge. I'm like, bitch, you hear rocks? Because I got rocks on the side, like on the outside. I'm like, like it still works. Halloween still works.
It does. Yeah. Well, yeah, the old ones do for me anyway. My number one is Scream. Because that's the one that really got me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
People are crazy. Everything else was so make-believe, minus the Texas Chainsaw Massacre thing. But everything else is so, like, far-fetched, make-believe, not going to happen.
And it was just, like, funny. All the slashers became goofy almost. And it was like, okay.
Scream was so real.
Yeah.
Your classmate go nuts and start killing people. Oh yeah, this scary as fuck.
Yeah. Like,
there's a
you just
real
don't know.
life aspect to it that, in my mind, of course, I don't think it can happen to me. But watching this, it's like, oh my god, this can happen.
You can't trust anybody. Like, somebody could just, like, literally, Sydney couldn't trust anybody.
No,
there was no point of knowing people. Like, I'm glad she got past that as a person, like, as a character. But it was like, by the third, I mean, that's, I guess, why by the third movie she was just living in the fucking mountains. Like, okay, fuck this. Like, I can't
trust nobody but me and my dog.
I can't. That's it. Like, and my daddy and shit barely can trust him. Fuck. Well, so yeah, that's my number one too. Scream is my number one too, because like you said, that was like, I think I had seen scary movies before, but again, they started to get a little funny. But
by the time we see like Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street, they're years released by the time, because we weren't born to the 90s.
We were like 4 years old and shit like that, 5, 6.
But yeah, Scream comes out when we're like growing up, so it's like, oh shit. this is potentially real in our reality. Like, hold on.
This is a thing. Yeah, it felt real. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's like, yeah, just the paranoia of it all, of like anybody could be next, or anybody could be the killer.
And then to think about it all was because your mom was fucking on somebody and they got a divorce. This has nothing to do with me. I had nothing to do with you. Killed the culprit. Okay, you fucked me up already.
You killed my mama already, nigga. Why are you coming after me?
And then your mama come after me in the next one. And then my mama weird ass son come after me in another one. And then I got some weird ass.
And then my bitch ass cousin come after.
Don't even know this little bitch.
Like
the fact that all this shit was so real that you could really have your cousin coming to get you and think, I'm like, come on, man, what's happening? Ooh,
I want to be the next Sydney. Everywhere. But again, it just with each movie it deepens. You can't trust no fucking body. Which leads to my Scream 7 theory. I think Mark, you know what? Okay.
We'll have to have just like a little sidebar episode or something.
Yeah. Because like I had two of them, but obviously one of them not gonna happen because Sam and Tara is gone. But okay, all right, y'all. So now let's go ahead and get into this review before I get sidetracked. For Maxine.
Okay.
I mean, first off, how did you feel about it before we kind of go all the way into it? Like, it had like I like the 80s vibe of it. Really.
So because I'm a true crime girl, right? So I love that the Night Stalker was in there. I love it because I watched that doc on Netflix. Y'all should watch it if you haven't. So and I've watched it in other spaces where they might give you a little more information than others, whatever. But so I like that. I like that they had, it's not an 80s movie if they don't have somebody doing a line of coke. So that was fun to see. But
with all the fucking neon lights everywhere.
45 minutes into the movie, we still hadn't really got why she was running away from whatever she was running away from. And that kind of annoyed me. 45 minutes into a movie that's like an hour and a half long, like, we ain't got that much time. When you gonna introduce the plot? Like, you introduced it to me, but you haven't really. So I feel like it was like, but now that you say it was a trilogy, I'm like, well, shit, was that explained in another movie or something? Because I'm just sitting here like, God damn. When we get into the point, what the fuck is she running
What's
from?
the point? Yeah.
Like, I'm seeing all the dead people in the flashbacks. I'm like, okay, some fucked up shit happened. I get it. All right. And then I'm like, so she goes to the agent, but it's like a little quick story kind of thing where we don't see. So he's just like, I had your back type shit. So I'm like, what the fuck am I missing? So now I know what I'm missing. I need to go watch the first two movies, and maybe I'll have a better thought process to the movie. Because right now, I'm like,
and once you watch the second one, you'll be like, okay, but what the fuck? Why is this the third one?
Because even just from the start of it, I already felt like the dad's pastor was creepy.
Oh yeah.
Immediately peeped it. And I'm like, also, this is like one of the weakest intros to a horror movie I've ever seen. There's no. I'm just thinking of all the great intros to the movie before right before, or right after the opening credits. Boom, you get an intro. Boom, the rest of the opening credits, and then you get your movie. And I'm just like, this is uninteresting. I did like her casting call when she comes in. Because the movie moves so slow and it's really just following her.
Yeah, the pacing is just like
it's really slow. It could have been a little faster. For her not to really be doing shit for quite a bit of time in the first part. Yeah. I wonder. I noticed that you never see her titties. She's never nude on camera.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You see the back of her, like her back, but you never see her ass. You never see boobs. She's never nude on camera. And I wonder if that was purposely done because she didn't want to do it, or if that was something that was like written into the role, like we're not going to kind of thing. Wonder.
I think that's like specifically her own thing. like her as an actress. Of like, I don't want to show, like, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I guess we can kind of start there because that was like her the
she was a porn
audition
star.
Shit. Yeah, and it started off with audition, which was good.
It was. She was coming in to do a horror movie, The Pilgrim 2. And she told them straight up, of course, it was on her resume or whatever her agent sent in. And they were like, well, you know, what makes you want to go from being an adult entertainer to being an actor? She like, I want to be big. Okay, I need the money. I want a good life. Okay, that's pretty much it. She's like, this is just a stepping stone.
And then she killed that shit.
She did. That was good. That was good. I like that. That was some good acting.
She got the role and shit, and then
yeah, but like it took so long to get to like her getting the role. You know what I'm saying? Like she goes through the rest of her day. She goes in right after that. She goes to the landing strip, which I think is sweet as fuck for a strip club by the airport.
Yeah, smart.
And then in the back,
it was the 80s
porn studio. So
yeah,
cool. So, but like I said again, she goes behind one of those glass walls, and we never see her naked. I would love to see more of that in movies and shows. I don't need to see people naked to know that they naked. We can get without actually seeing it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's not needed. Like it's not. Yeah. We never really see her do a porn
It's
scene.
implied with something like this, but there's somebody watching her in that part too, though. And they're like angry.
Yeah. When she's at the peep show.
Yeah.
He's like holding on to the air. And at first I'm like, who the fuck is this nigga with leather gloves and a leather coat in the club? Y'all should have kicked him out immediately because he looked dangerous.
He looked crazy as hell.
He looked crazy as hell with them leather gloves. Sound like a damn rubber ducky. Like, why are you in here? You don't belong in here. Yeah, he was
and
weird.
Then she meets up with her friend, the friend.
Pause. This has nothing to do with the movie, but when she gets when she's walking out of the audition for the movie, she goes down she's trying to walk past the line of ladies that's in line to audition, and she said, "I nailed that shit. You all can go home." Blah blah blah. I said, "You better tell him, Halle Berry." It made me think of Babs. Yep.
I can see that.
Absolutely made me think of Babs. Except she didn't. Oh, she did not.
Yeah, she did not. Y'all can go ahead and go home. Anyway.
Right.
Jesus.
The coworker's a hater. One of the coworkers were a hater.
Yeah.
Whichever one.
The one when she was walking down the street at night and shit, and stopped to grab hot dogs and shit.
The porn star one. She's a hater.
I forgot what the fuck she said, but yeah, she was like, "Oh well," I guess she was basically kind of just saying like a lot of girls get, auditions and stuff like that, but they don't mean you're gonna get it, kind of shit. Like it was shit like that.
No, that wasn't even it. She told her she got the part. At that point, she knew she had the part, but she had told her like a horror film. What kind of movie is it? And she said it was a horror movie.
Yeah,
and she said horror films don't make you big stars. It won't make you a big star. That was basically the gist of what she said. Oh, girl.
She must say no.
For whatever reason, I can never remember Sydney's real name, but she don't be in a
Nev
whole
Campbell?
lot.
Yeah.
She don't be in a whole lot.
She don't got to.
You feel me? Shit.
For life.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Shit. Jamie Lee Curtis. Fucking.
And they mentioned her, Brooke Shields, and all the other, like, big ladies that got their stardom start from horror.
I'm about to say Sojourner Truth, not fucking what is her name? Jesus, it's the one from.
Please make this a blooper. Please make this a blooper.
I'm from Ripley from fucking the Alien series. Damn, what the fuck is her name? It's gonna kill me now.
Sojourner Weavy or some shit like that.
Yeah, it's something like I know I ain't crazy.
It's not Sojourner Truth. That's for.
I know. That was immediately what my mouth was about to say. Sigourney Weaver. There we go.
I'm like, yeah, I knew her name started with a W, but
I knew that. But
Sojourner
it was like
Truth. Please make this a blooper. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah.
Let me take a shot off that one real fast. Just a little silly set.
Okay.
You gonna keep a good chuckle, okay? Honest to God,
listen.
like just a brain fart away, because it happens to the best of us.
Oh yeah. Oh my head is, Oh, so you already know.
This is completely irrelevant to everything. Real quick. I told me and Franny were on FaceTime with Kelly and our friend Brittany, and we were telling them about your bearskin condom thing. That is all.
Shit, listen, okay, watch. Yeah, okay. I'm telling y'all, give me like 10, 15 years. It's over.
We even told them about the commercial.
Be a man in the streets and a bear in the sheets.
Look, I did exactly that. Oh my God. Me and Freddie was saying that shit word for word, and I did all of that. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm so sorry.
Okay, but the people gotta hear. No, actually, I gotta cut that part out. I don't need nobody stealing it.
No, can't. You gotta cut that idea. You gotta copyright that shit or something. So
okay, yes. So the friend, she was telling her straight up hater. But then she started telling her I got invited to a Hollywood party and she, up in the hills.
Mm-hmm. And this is the second time
she was like,
"Is this?" Well, I don't. It was two different coworkers from the porn set that asked her. Mm-hmm. One with the blonde wig, and then there was another lady.
And then the one with the short
with the black hair. I thought that was the same woman, but then I realized those are two different women. They both asked her the same fucking question. And I'm like,
because both had got invited.
Weird. So then she goes to her next job, which is like a go-go dancer peep show place.
And that's when she meets the other girl who asked her about the party. Yeah,
she says the same thing. I'm going to the Hollywood Hills. This is her third coworker, though. This is her third one. She had 3, and I only knew once the dead bodies popped up. That was how I knew it was 3 coworkers and not 2. I thought it was 1 at both places. It's 3. 2 at the first one, 1 at the second one. But the third one says the same shit to her. I'm going, I got invited to a Hollywood Hills party, blah, blah, blah. You want to come? She's like, no, thank you. I got stuff to do. Bitch. And so she goes home, and I think she hangs out with the dude from the video.
Oh, yeah, her friend, however, yeah.
Let me see if I ever write that man's names down. Because I even put it in the space I didn't. No, I never wrote his name down. Sorry, black man. That's bold. Sorry.
Right. But at this point, the fucking I think before she hangs out with him when she goes home, because the girls are dead, the fucking police walk up to her. The 2 detectives.
Before that happens, before she goes home and hangs out with him, they tell her to be careful while she's walking home, because she's walking home by herself with the Night Stalker around, right? So it's all these murders going on in LA and shit. So she's walking down, I guess, which will be it seems like her normal way home, and she gets to a gate that's chained. Yeah. But then it flashes back to this man that pulls out a knife, and she doesn't see him, when he's behind her at first. Yeah. And then when she does see him, the blade comes out or whatever. But we see her pull out a gun right before all of this happens, before she goes to work. We see her take a shoebox.
Oh my God, yeah, this part. Okay, I forgot.
Yeah. She throws the gun on the thing, so I knew it was in the bag. So I'm waiting for her to pull it out. She's still trying to get out the gate while he trying to come up to her, talking about, "Oh, bitch, I'm about to do it to you," basically.
Yeah.
And she turned around.
Well, this scene was so random, though. Yeah. The scene was so random.
It was sort of kind of random, but also not, because of the Night Stalker shit, because of the other murders that they were trying to say, that were happening. Yeah. So
motherfuckers are crazy. Yeah. Okay.
Now, I expected her to pull the gun, maybe even shoot at the nigga. What she did, though. She said, "Strip, nigga." And he said, "Oh, word." She take your clothes off. All of them. Took all his clothes off. She said, "Get on your knees." Got on his knees. She said, "Suck it." Suck the gun. Lay it down and toot it up. And then stepped on this nigga's ball. Said the last person that tried to kill me, I crushed her fucking head.
Crazy as fuck. I couldn't do
Crazy
it.
as shit. I was like, and then it showed the ball like pop
out. Yeah, I
and
cried.
I was like, oh my god, my lady part.
That shit was. I was a bitch. Why?
Wild.
Okay. So yeah. Oh my god. Okay. So the police. They like, kind of try to question her because they're like, damn, two of your friends then died.
Wait. We ain't even got there yet. This is she's spending like the guy they were watching the first Pilgrim at her apartment. Mm-hmm. She gets a knock on, and they're like sleep on the couch. She gets a knock on the door. She goes and opens it. It's like an envelope on the floor, and someone getting on the elevator. But the elevator was closed. Yeah, so she goes and she puts it in because it says for Maxine, but it also says police evidence. Weird.
Yeah.
So she puts it in, and it's like this old video of her and her coworkers trying to make a porno or whatever. Yeah. And then her friend kind of wakes up and kind of like, "Hey, what's that?" And she takes it out, runs in the room. So at that point, we like, okay, what the fuck? So then it flashes to Kevin motherfucking Bacon. I love me some Kevin Bacon. Okay, he plays a dirty white man with a southern accent so motherfucking well.
So good, yeah.
So he's like, I found the girl, I delivered the thing, but anything else, I don't know what you got. He's gonna cost a little more money. Right. And then it goes back to her watching the rest of the video. I guess. Mm-hmm. No, you know what? It didn't. She didn't watch the rest of the video yet. She stopped watching the video, and it goes to her being at like back out in the studio getting
and that's when Kevin Bacon like. Yeah.
No, she's getting a replica thingy made on her. She's back.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah. That's at work, but then she ends up meeting him. If I'm not mistaken, after that part, right?
Yeah, but this is what gets me, right? Because again, I haven't seen the other movie, so I'm relying on this to tell me what the fuck is going on. So she is
at the Scar.
Getting the replica. Yeah. The lady's asking her about. She was like, "It's a long story," and she clearly doesn't want to talk about it. So my thing was, after you put this goop on me and you tell me just remember to breathe, and I can't see, and you walk out the room, me personally, am going to lose my shit. Yeah. I have a fear of suffocating.
I'm being that bitch breathing hard as hell.
Oh my god, I'm gonna ruin it. It's not gonna look like me. But more importantly, like she started having like flashbacks to her past and shit. So I'm like, oh shit, these people dead violently as fuck. Like, what's happening? And then it went to the video of the ladies crying, and then I realized, I said, are those her fucking coworkers? Those are her fucking coworkers in the video, because we don't see the video just yet. We just see her having flashes of the video.
Yeah.
And that's so when she leaves there, because she like feels somebody's like massaging her breast, almost like touching her and shit. So she ends up falling back in the chair and shit, pulling everything off her face, freaking the fuck out. So the very next scene is like her going to her car, and it's a note on her car. Mm-hmm. She turns on the wipers, and it's a note in the wipers. She pulls it out. She calls the number. She looks at the pictures, but we don't see the pictures yet. For real. She looks at the pictures. She goes to call a number, and she like, "What's good, bitch? Like, what's up?" He tells her to meet him at some hotel on some floor, whatever the fuck. Kevin Bacon told her a shady ass joke before she sat down and said, "You look a lot taller in real life, but I guess that's because I'm used to you laying on your back."
Motherfucker. Yeah.
Fuck you.
I'm like, excuse me? Yeah.
But she was on the fucking paper. No, she was on. It was like a yearbook photo. She was in the damn thing, and her name was Missy. He called her like Williams or so, whatever the fuck her last name was. He called her that shit before he hung up. So I'm like, so he worked for the people that's killing, like the nigga in the gloves? Cause like, what you doing? And then when he told her like your sin's gonna come back to haunt you, I'm like, did she kill the people in the flashback? Again, not know. Had I known,
yeah,
I probably should have asked questions when you told me about the movie. Like, okay, so what's it about? Blah blah blah. Because I've seen the preview, but I didn't know anything about the other two.
Yeah.
And she opens the.
When you get a chance, definitely watch those. X first, and then Pearl. But go ahead.
She gets to the hotel and she goes to meet Kevin Bacon wherever she's sitting down. He says it's a shady joke. And he tells her, like, you need to come to this place at this time, blah, blah, blah. If you don't, we're going to make sure you pay type shit. But it's a whole lot of back and forth. And she looked like she's taking it seriously, but also not wanting to fuck with him. Like, nigga, I'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
And he gives her an envelope, like, at this address. Meet us there, bitch. So he leaves and she gets it and she opens it. And that shit says, Texas Porn Star Massacre. I said, what the fuck is that about? And then this is when I come back to the revelation when they show us the video, what happens in the rest of the video, because she goes to the friend and asks him what's on it. Like, how can I figure out who made it? We see the rest of the video, and it is indeed all three of her coworkers. Two of them show up dead with branded faces. The third one shows up dismembered when she finally confronts the killer, and she's like, what the fuck? But who the fuck was that in the window? Because after she has that meeting with Kevin Bacon, she has to go back to the lot and meet with the director.
Oh, no fucking idea. That was random. Yeah, that was random.
And she saw.
It was just the idea of it was like a homage to Psycho.
Okay.
Because it was a house from Psycho. So it might have just been like a random ass,
because I'm like, I even rewound it.
But
I'm like, something's in the window.
Yeah.
But okay. And then right after that, she gets in her car and she's trying to leave the lot, and then she notices Kevin Bacon behind her. She get out and whoop that nigga ass. Keys in the hand, ready, and whooped his ass.
Leave me alone.
Broke his camera, whooped his ass. I'm like, oh, you gonna pay for this?
Yeah. Man, at this point, the detectives is like, because she leave and they like questioning her and shit. Yeah.
This is my butter notepad. It's a stick of butter. And yeah. I'm like, why you don't want to talk to the police when they telling you your friend's dead? You didn't kill him.
You didn't do shit. Yeah. If that was weird to me too. Like, just telling them, they all said they got invited to a Hollywood party. I don't know. I didn't go. Like, what the fuck are you
literally
so
like they all
guarded
said the same
for?
Shit. I didn't go.
But I mean, so you know what she did say, because she did end up going to the station with them, and she was saying like our kind don't really do well with y'all or some shit. Like I guess saying sex workers and shit. Probably a little bit of it, but yeah.
So after she talks or not talks, the police show up to her house.
Yeah.
So after this, we a good 45 minutes into the movie at this point. And I still don't know what the fuck is going on. Her agent I thought was gonna die.
Yeah.
And then that was where the line.
At this point, her friend what happened. Her friend got killed in this part.
No, not yet. Not yet. He dies right after the sniffing of the line. He dies like.
Well, yeah.
And
like that night.
Yeah, it went to after she sniffed the line of coke and got in bed. It went to immediately him at the video store, and it was like this music that comes in. I said, "Oh yeah, he about to die." So some customer comes in. We never see the customer, and they ask him something, and he says, "We're not in that kind of business. I'm just a regular." He said, "I'm not in that kind of business anymore. I'm just a regular video store." So I'm like, "Nigga, what kind of?" Then I'm like, "Are you looking for porn?"
The nasty shit. Yeah.
Are you looking for porn?
Yep.
So then he like closes the door. He's like, we about to close. He closes the door, take out the open sign. And of course, someone's going to be behind him. I knew that was coming. The problem I have with this scene is who the fuck just has a big dumbass knife like that out at a video store?
What you need?
It was like one of them big dumb hunter knives. with the hook at the top. Who?
For what? Right.
Didn't buy that part. Didn't like it. Was annoyed by it just a little bit. And at this point, it said, "Yeah." My first thing on the paper says, "Yeah, black dude dying." Because I knew it as soon as the music started playing. I said, "Yeah, he about to die."
Yeah.
And then I thought, like, damn.
At first, the way that it played out, I thought that was in her head, but yeah.
At this point, I'm like, this the one person that's actually her friend, not her coworkers, but like the one. And like he told her, like, she said something to him, like, "You're the best." He said, "Yeah, because I'm not trying to fuck you," like, or something like that. When she drops the video off or some shit to him, and I'm just like, damn, that's fucked up. That is fucked up. And when she comes down after seeing the police and stuff, after she would get woken up by a phone call and shit, she comes down and the police, being the assholes they are, pull back the sheet to show his dead face. And she's like, oh my, it's distraught. Like,
yeah, of course.
Who wouldn't be distraught if they saw their friend bloodied and everything? Like,
crazy. So so they're now fucked up, but now she go back to the lot, like, you know, after she see his face and body and all that shit, she go back, you know, to work. Basically, she meet like this super famous star or however, and then she see the guy again.
She meets is she was the star to the Pilgrim 1, the first movie in the movie.
Yeah.
She's the star. That's why she said, just do what she says. She fucks with people that fuck with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I died in the first movie, and look at me here. I'm back in the second one. So
yeah.
And then she says the same thing.
Working shit. Yeah.
But before that, she says the same thing to her. Like, I gotta get cleaned up because I'm going to a party in the
I'm going to the Hollywood party. Yep.
She says the same thing. She ends up dead.
Same shit.
She ends up dead right after that.
Yep. And then, like, now she ends up running into the guy, Kevin Bacon's character, the private detective, however. And
his
he's
name
like
is
pissed.
John. I think his name is John.
I don't fully recall, but
his name is John.
Okay.
Not me remembering the white man's name. Oh my god.
Right. Oof. But yeah, so he like chased her through the whole fucking shit, through the whole goddamn lot.
Oh yeah, with a gun.
Yeah.
Also, is nobody
shit.
on set?
Is there no
people
security?
Are getting chased? Security eventually got him, but take it back to like Scream 3. They're running around on a lot. Where are people?
I mean, I guess there's a lot of empty lots sometimes.
Empty? That's what I'm like, how empty are the lots? Because in my mind, are y'all not using all of them? Then I'm like, probably fucking.
I mean, shit. They probably all go to the one that they actively use it, and then just have a big ass empty lot just sitting there. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
But yeah, so at this point, she get away with the help of security, however, and she go to talk to her agent again. And
at that point, she's like spill her guts.
Yeah. And they pretty much like trap that nigga. Like, okay. So they like trick him. She hang out at a bar or whatever at a club to be seen on purpose.
And what's crazy, when he was following her through that club with the blinking lights, it felt like she was trying to get him to follow her. I'm like, oh, this is separate.
Yeah.
Because why are you looking back and not running? Like, you're not looking back like you're trying to run away and see where he is. You're looking back to make sure he's following. Set up.
Yeah. I knew that. Yep. And so ultimately they end up getting him, knocking him the fuck out, put him in his car, and putting his car at a goddamn junkyard compressor thing. And I was just like, he like, I'm sorry, I saw, blah, blah, all that shit. And it's just like, nah, nigga, we sick of this shit. Like, you've been following this shit out of me. You out of here. They kill him. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Because I thought he might have been a killer. But I'm like, okay, so there's still a killer out there, obviously.
So I didn't think he was the killer. I figured he really did work for whoever was the killer. Because at one point, when he goes back and gets in the car after he drops off the videotape, it moves to the back seat. And old boy got the gloves and shit on.
Oh, yeah. Like, okay. And then he gives her he gives her the address to the Hollywood Hills house. So, yeah, that... He was working for them. Yeah. So she, goes to that fucking house, and she finds the
That
lady
same
who she just
door.
met. Yeah,
The
and she
door.
finds the lady who she just met, body cut up.
Yep, in the suitcase.
Yep. And then she like, oh shit. And come to find out, the motherfucker who been doing it is her fucking daddy.
The weird
Fucking
nigga from
super
the
crazy
beginning.
ass religious
Creepy ass
person. Yeah.
boy.
And then
But this
so
my
basically from
thing.
there,
She knew who it was. She knew. When he kept telling her, my employer wants to see you and all your sins, there's no way she didn't know that was her religious
that
ass
didn't cross
father.
her mind.
She
I didn't think
knew.
about
And
that.
that was why she was probably scared, because why else would she have been
Yeah.
running from her past? Because at the
Well,
beginning of the movie,
there's
it's
also the
saying
other
she's
two
like,
films, but
oh
I guess
no.
it could be a reference to that. Okay.
Because
Go
at the
ahead.
beginning, she's like, I want to be just like you, daddy. And something happened. It always, them super zealots. It's
Yeah, because they start
the
going
extras.
fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's my theory
Huh.
about that part anyway.
Yeah.
That when he came to find her, she knew who was looking for her.
Yeah. So I mean, at this point, he knock her out. She wake up
He
and she tied
suffocate her
up.
ass.
Yeah.
Point.
Yeah.
If someone ever is trying to suffocate you with the bag, tear at the bag over your mouth.
Yeah.
Over your nose. Don't go for your neck. Safety tip. Okay.
Yes. See.
Because she
So
just passed the fuck out.
yeah, they always do. Fucking anyway. So yeah, she wakes up and she's tied to like a pole, a pole or however, and she's surrounded by a cult essentially. And he's like, preaching and praying, just kind of talking about her sin and how it's time for her to, deal with her sin and he can save her. Just all the typical culty
Shit, he probably
bullshit.
been saying to her for years before she got
Yeah.
into what she,
Yeah. And he's also filming it at the same time, which is crazy as fuck.
Yeah, because he
And the
said he
two
wanted to
police
make it like
officers.
a film. He wanted to make it a film.
Yeah.
Because they follow her there and they're like, oh yeah, she's about to, because they think it's her. They think it's her killing everybody. So they're like, just let her give her a second, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, oh shit, it's not her. We got to go see this bitch.
Yeah. So they start, it's like a whole fucking shootout.
It's a shootout
for the most
in a
part,
horror movie.
like literally.
When was the last time you saw a shootout?
Like a full shootout.
Like
and it was only like two people
shootout.
versus like a whole cult of people.
It was like 15.
And they pretty much got rid of them. Yeah.
Homie came out with the shotgun.
Yeah.
And she was like, nah, nigga, you ain't even about to get that round off. Shot him in the back. I said, oh shit, it's about to get. It was like a bad boys. It was like a bad boy shootout.
Yeah, they was killing that shit. But so ultimately, they pretty much get rid of all the motherfuckers, and reinforcements kind of come in and shit. And Maxine kind of finds her dad, like they chase him, and then they find him by the the Hollywood sign and shit. And she's like on top of him, basically about to kill him. Yeah. And then like the helicopter is like, put the weapon down, or we'll shoot, kind of shit. And so she's kind of contemplating for a second, and then obviously I guess she does it.
Yeah, there was like some weird like flashbacky forward kind of thing, and then it was like sight back to reality, and she shoots the fuck out of her daddy, kills that nigga dead,
kill the nigga, and then gets back to a couple weeks later filming a movie.
She literally goes, because once the story comes out, not only does she finish the movie she's in, then the director of that movie is like, oh bitch, I'm about to direct a movie about you right now. Like, so now not only did you get to star in a movie, or you were in a movie, now this movie is you. You know what I'm saying? So her whole dream ended up playing out pretty fucking well, given the circumstances.
And it kind of just ends on the molded head of hers.
Like literally, that's where it ends.
Yeah, that's it. Yes.
So I have to see the other two for this to be, but I feel like I'm not going to do better. I'm gonna understand
The
more,
X and Pearl
but
are in on Netflix, but yeah, it's not. It's because the main thing that it has to deal with the other films is just the character Maxine herself. Like the other two films actually kind of deal with each other for real, and then this one is just like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel
it was
like the right way
decent.
to have ended the series. Like if it was and even then you brought up some shit that I heard would have been like, damn, actually, like even as a standalone film, there was like some moments about it. So may I ask we can go ahead and rate it. Watchability, I'm half and half. I think I'll give it half because I like
I
that
would
whole
watch it
80s
because of
vibe.
the aesthetic. The aesthetic was an
Yeah,
80s
the 80s
movie. It
thing, I
was
loved it.
very 80s LA, lights after
Yeah,
dark kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that portion of it. The way it's shot,
yeah, yep,
it really gives you old timey vibes. It doesn't feel like a movie that's shot now but set back then. It feels like we're
yeah.
watching something that was shot back then. For real,
Straight
for
up back
real.
then.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I like on VA on the tape. We watching this shit on the
Oh,
tape.
for sure on VHS. For
Okay.
sure on VHS.
Kill count, I'll give it that. It
Oh
was
yeah,
a decent
they
amount of
were out there
kills.
killing enough people for
Yeah.
me not to be upset about
Yeah.
nobody dying.
Not gore, I guess. I mean, there was it's hard to explain because a lot of the kills we didn't technically see that were
No,
gory. We
we
just saw
only
like
really
the
see the
head
black
after and
man
shit.
got killed because he sliced the back of
Hmm.
his, which was
And the whole ball
horrible.
thing. Oh, Jesus. I don't know. Okay, so we gotta give it gore.
I
No gore. Killer Fear Factor. No.
wasn't scared. I was just trying to figure out who the fuck it was.
Yeah. What the fuck going on? Yeah.
And then once it became a religious nut job,
Oh,
they were
okay. Even though
everywhere.
we
I'm
didn't
not.
find that out till the fucking whole end, there was no hint for real. Outside of, I guess the opening was a hint, but
It was. It
anyway,
literally was the hint.
yeah. And then cinematography, I'll give it that because again, it did
Yeah,
have that
it
the
was shot
'80s like
beautifully. I
aesthetic.
think it was shot beautifully.
And, I love me some
Not
Beyond.
just the way it was shot, but what it incorporated. Like at the beginning of the movie, it talks about Ronald Reagan,
Yeah.
the war on drugs back then,
The
all of the
Satanic
shit that was
Panic.
literally the
Yeah.
things that were going on in the 80s. So yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was shot and thought out aesthetically very well.
Okay, so 2.5 stars. Okay, I can go with that.
Yeah.
Oh, let's say that face was like, maybe that's too much.
No, I feel like that's appropriate. It's appropriate.
Okay, yeah, 2.5. That works. Yeah, I just had to laugh. That was funny. But I think next I want to do a throwback thriller.
So what?
Check. We haven't done. I don't know yet. I mean, because like I said, we did
1408,
Seven. I was thinking about
Skeleton
that.
Key. Like, there's so many
Ooh.
good throwbacks.
Yeah.
With the
I'm
thriller
gonna look
aspect
this
of
week.
Hannibal
If you have
Lecter.
one too, I was just watching Silence of the Lambs the other day. Ugh, so good. They try to take away the fact he said hello, Clarice, and he said good evening, Clarice. And I watched it. He said good evening. I'm like, no. That's not what I was saying growing up. Y'all are gonna do that to me.
No fucking
Y'all are
way.
not going to do that
No
shit to me.
way.
He said hello,
Clarice.
Like,
no.
I used to say this shit all the time because that was me and my mama's movie. So we would watch that shit and like I just be like, hello, Clarice. Like
literally.
They not going. Anyway. Before we go,
like they did that Starbucks cup out of Game of Thrones. That's all that happened.
Like y'all lying to me. Okay. And then wait, it's another part where I saw the guy. He said when I was a kid, he said your cheap brown shoes, and this one he just said your brown shoes, and I'm like,
no,
your cheap shoes. Yeah, he said your cheap shoes, but they took out the brown part. I'm like, no. He said cheap brown shoes. Why y'all take that out? Like, I'm not crazy. Y'all not going. They're trying to make us crazy. Before I let you go, love, let the people know, as always, where to find you. If you got something going on, however.
You guys can follow me on B Chantel Catering on Instagram and Facebook. Yeah, that's about
Get
it.
my girl
That's
some
all
fall orders.
Okay.
Get my girl some fall orders. I'm telling y'all.
I'm trying to decide if I'm actually temporarily closed right now. Like,
Okay.
I have not
Right.
baked anything in months. I'm trying to get this DTE thing under control because they're waxing and taxing prices. So I'm like, I don't want to charge people that much more to be able to pay my DTE bill.
Yeah.
So gotta figure something out.
I feel that. Well, as always, it's gonna work out.
Oh, it will.
If you
always.
need me, just let me know.
Sure.
I will if I mean, again, if you think of a throwback thriller, just let me know. I'm gonna try and think of one and maybe a list, and then I'll let you know.
American Psycho might be a good one.
Okay, it's been a while. Okay.
I was just thinking like I
I'll be
ain't
down
watched
for
it
that.
in a minute. So okay.
Yeah. All right, love. I will talk to you later. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.